In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can make this and replicate this specific recipe. This is reminding me of something that I enjoyed during my time when I was in Italy. We have some antipasto, we have some Greek feta salad with olives, we have some tomato basil mozzarella with drizzled balsamic vinegar, and a summer sandwich with arugula, ciabatta, mozzarella, and some sliced tomatoes with some prosciutto. It's fantastic, it's delicious, I cannot wait to share this recipe with you. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think of today's video, and what should I make next? Okay, so for your first step, what you want to do is you want to grab yourself some ciabatta bread. Now, if you just don't have time to toast it, you don't have to. I want to give this a taste test. I am going to run one of them through the toaster now, and leave one not toasted and find out at the end of the video, is it better when it's toasted or not toasted? So we're gonna try both. You can find it in local Aldi's, BJ's, Costco, you name it. They sell a whole bunch of ciabatta bread, but they're cheap. This is the bread that I use. If you find and come across flatbread, this is more ideal for this recipe, but it's not necessary. This is great for like lunches or something for dinner, something quick, short, and easy. Doesn't take a lot of prep time. So let's go ahead, let's move. Okay, so now for the next part of this video, you wanna grab yourself the sharpest knife possible. I grabbed myself a ceramic knife. You want to thinly slice the tomato, this is very important when it comes to having the perfect sandwich. Okay, so now for our next part, we're gonna get our mozzarella cheese nice and ready. This should be very easy because this one already has slices already built into it. There are some cheese out there that don't. You might need to be able to check it as you go through, but you want to thinly slice the same way you thinly slice the tomatoes. And you want to slowly separate to make it easier for you to be able to make this sandwich. You can even make a really nice pasta dish or even like an antipasto with mozzarella, tomatoes, and basil with a little bit of balsamic vinegar and oil. You can also make that if you have any sort of leftover. That's also a great alternative in terms of antipasto to go along with your sandwich. Not a requirement, but if you have the ingredients for it, you might as well use it. Okay, so now the next part of our sandwich assembling process is to assemble all the ingredients together. Now, the most important thing to know about making a specific sandwich is that the ingredients should be able to speak for themselves without having to add any sort of sauce to the sandwich itself. Now, these two are the toasted, and these two are the untoasted. We're gonna put them head to head and see what one tastes better, toasted or untoasted. We're gonna find out in today's video. But the most important part of any sort of cooking experience, especially when making sandwiches, is letting the ingredients speak for themselves without having to add any sort of condiment on the sandwich itself. You don't need any salt, you don't need any pepper. Why? Well, it's pretty straightforward because the prosciutto, which we're going to be using right now, is going to be very salty, very savory, and it's going to balance out some of that tardiness from the tomatoes, that nice juicy aftertaste from the mozzarella or mozzarella, along with the peppery taste of arugula. All the ingredients in this sandwich is simple, straightforward, and you don't have to really worry about too much of the ingredients being overloaded. So now we're going to add on our prosciutto. Now, this is a really nice sandwich to have, especially on a nice hot summer day. Normally I add about one slice per sandwich, but because I have one more and I don't want the prosciutto to go to waste, I'm going to add a half of prosciutto to each sandwich. Now that you can use at your own leisure, but don't add too much because it is going to be very salty, but this will be fine because I know exactly what I'm walking into. Alright, now the next thing and last thing you can do is add on some baby arugula, and you can also add on some basil as well. I'm not going to because this is what's called a summer sandwich, which is something that I experienced when I was in Italy. I loved this sandwich so much. I actually went back and bought 5 more same day. This reminded me so much of my time in Italy, so that's why I'm happy to share with you. Shout out to those living in Italy. You guys did a fantastic job when making this sandwich, and this is an inspiration and re-inspired of you guys specifically. So all you have to do is just close the sandwich and you're done. And just do the repeat, just add on some arugula, like a little bit of a handful of arugula. And that's really all you need to do. This is the final result. It looks fantastic. I cannot wait to try this. This part is optional. You do not have to do it, but I am going to do it because as everybody knows in Italy, they always have antipasta, especially when it comes to lunch and dinner. Specifically for lunch, it's like their version of dinner. So it is very much more upscale, much more flavorful, much more better tasting overall. And we're gonna repeat this entire process throughout the rest of the plate. Original glazed balsamic vinegar. We're just gonna lightly glaze it so that it really finishes and provides a finishing touch. And lastly, we're going to include our Greek feta salad with olives, and we're gonna include it right into the center. We have some antipasto, we have some Greek feta salad with olives, we have some tomato basil mozzarella with drizzled balsamic vinegar, and a summer sandwich with arugula, ciabatta, mozzarella, and some sliced tomatoes with some prosciutto. Okay, now we're ready for our official taste test. Let's give this a try. We're gonna try out our sandwich, the summer sandwich, without it being toasted, and we'll try the toasted one. That's fantastic. This is really good. It has more of like that very softness from the bread, and it blends smoothly. It kind of tastes like a little bit of butter, but there was no butter added. With the mozzarella and the ciabatta being so soft genuinely, with the savory and tartness of the tomato and the peppery of the arugula and the savory of the prosciutto. Fantastic, 10 out of 10. Let's try it when it's toasted. Kind of see how delicious this looks. Okay. This is also really good. Kind of gets a little bit different taste palette. This kind of tastes like untoasted bread, but with very smooth, very soft. But this one kind of tasted more of like if you were sitting at a fine dining restaurant in Italy. This is what it reminded me of. It's toasty and enhances the flavor overall. Whereas this one kind of reminded me more like something that you take on the go to like a beach setting. So for more like a beachy vibe, calm, relaxed, very soothing, I would go untoasted. For more like upscale, more flavorful, more, I don't know, overall just feels like more fancy, I would go toasted. Both 10 out of 10, I'm really impressed with both. Let's go ahead, let's try the salad with the olives. This is really good with the entire meal. And then we're gonna try our mozzarella, tomato, and basil with some balsamic vinegar drizzle. Very earthy, very summery, very spring vibe. Go ahead, make this. This is a homage inspirational video to Italy. I love you guys who are watching this from Italy. Thank you guys for this amazing inspirational recipe. It's fantastic. Love you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video. Okay, so here's what you're gonna need in order to make this recipe. You're gonna need some mozzarella cheese, which is from this specific company. I bought this specific cheese from Aldi's. You can also get them from BJ's and Costco at the largest size for half the price. You're also gonna need to grab yourself some ciabatta bread or some sort of flatbread. I just went with ciabatta, ciabatta sandwich rolls. You can get this at your local Aldi as well. Grab yourself some baby arugula. I guess this is Roma tomatoes. You can even use beefsteak tomatoes, but specifically for this recipe, I use Roma tomatoes. You can buy any type of Roma tomatoes from anywhere, but I got this in a 6-pack at Aldi's, and it goes roughly around $1.50. Could be wrong there. You also have here, which is the dry cured ham prosciutto, in order to make this recipe. Now, my recommendation is don't buy any other brand except Appleton Farm. I tried a whole bunch of different types. For affordability and taste and flavor, Appleton Farm is where it really is when it comes to all these meats, specifically dried meat. Highly recommend. So if you see it at your local Aldi's, pick this up. Again, this is optional. You don't have to add it into your sandwich, but there is some basil leaf if you kind of want more of that fresh herby taste. So you can go ahead with your local Aldi. They also sell Antipasta, which is perfect for a specific recipe like this. It's Italian through and through.